The PlayStation Store is running its fantastic Essentials sale right now, and we already uploaded a video taking a look at the games under the price of $5, but now, here's another video taking a look at the games under $10. Now, there is one game in particular that is also under $5, but it falls in the window, so I thought I would mention it as well. Like I've been saying, this Essentials sale is really great with a ton of great game deals, and these are just some of the cheaper offerings. There are games like God of War and Persona 5 that have been significantly discounted as well, and of course, I would highly recommend those, but for those of you on a budget, which a lot of you guys I know are, getting some awesome games for under $10 definitely isn't a bad thing. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And kicking the list off, we have Banner Saga 1 for $9.99. Now, Banner Saga is such a terrific trilogy of games, and I've often said that I am shocked that these games aren't more popular than they are. They are historical Viking-themed strategy RPGs with great stories, awesome music, great presentation all around. The visual style is fantastic as well, and you've had 3 excellent games all tied together, and the trilogy has now concluded. They also released Banner Saga Trilogy, which includes all 3 games, and they released that physically as well, so if you would prefer to get all 3 games at once, that isn't a bad bet. However, if you are just looking to get one of the games, we'll of course start with the first game, and Banner Saga 1 still being $9.99 is quite a hefty price point, but I'm telling you guys, this game is so underrated, and I have to give it a strong recommendation. Definitely give it a look. Moving on from that, we have Batman Return to Arkham for $7.99. Now, this is a little bit funny because they just released the Batman Arkham Trilogy or whatever, which includes Return to Arkham and Batman Arkham Knight, and that was released at a full $59.99. Well, right now, Return to Arkham is down to $7.99, and the complete edition of Batman Arkham Knight, I believe, is $14. So figure that one out. Of course, that was excessively overpriced, but back to Return to Arkham, this includes Arkham Asylum and Arkham City Remastered for the PlayStation 4. They run really well, they look great, and if you have somehow not yet played Batman Arkham, you are doing yourself a grave disservice, and if you just want to revisit the games, well, of course, Return to Arkham is going to do that very well as well. For $7.99, that's $4 a pop for each game. You cannot go wrong with this one. Moving on from that, we have Fury the Definitive Edition. Fury is a fast-paced action game with a multitude of different gameplay mechanics. Hack and slash, twin-stick shoot-em-up, bullet hell, and it consists entirely of boss fights. Now, there's a lot to like about this game. The diverse gameplay mechanics, the stunning visuals. However, there is one notable issue with the game. It is pretty difficult, and sometimes that difficulty comes in the form of difficulty spikes, which really isn't all too great. You can get past that, there is a great experience to be had with Fury, and for $7.69, it is worth a buy. Moving on from that, we have Burnout Paradise Remastered for $5.99. This is a game that I often talk about. Burnout Paradise was such a great game back in 2008, and I was very excited when they said that they were going to be remastering the game, although I wasn't excited about the $39.99 price point. Now what, 9-10 months later, Burnout Paradise Remastered is down to $6, and for that price, this is an absolute easy recommendation. Burnout Paradise is a great open world arcade racer while being 11 years old, and it does show its datedness a little bit. The overall fun factor that you get from Burnout Paradise Remastered definitely outweighs any negativity the game has. For $6. It's a no-brainer, a great buy here. Moving on from that, we have Inside for $5.99. Now, I've often recommended Limbo. I actually did that in the under $5 video. However, I would say that Playdead's Inside, their second game and their follow-up to Limbo, is an even better game. It once again is a very dark and eerie puzzle platformer. You play as this unknown boy who explores a surreal environment presented in this very cool 2.5D presentation. It's dark and color is used very rarely, but that darkness really adds to the atmosphere of the game. Inside is a tremendous game, the reviews show for that, and for $6, I would give it a high recommendation. I do believe they have an Inside and Limbo double pack that's like $6.99 or $7.99. Of course, if you want to add both of those games to your collection, that's a no-brainer. Moving on from that, we have Just Cause 3 XXL Edition for $8.99. Now, this includes the base Just Cause 3 game and all of the DLC content, so this is without a doubt the version of Just Cause 3 that you want to get. And Just Cause 3 is a game of two tales. Now, the fundamentals of the game, the open world, that is all great. The game is chaotic and it's a ton of fun like Just Cause should be. Unfortunately, at launch, this game had a slew and plethora of technical issues. Thankfully, a lot of those have been remedied, but it still doesn't perform up to par, especially when you compare it to some of the other open world games that are available now. Now, Just Cause 4 was also recently released. That is on sale as well, but it's like $40 still, so I can't give that a recommendation. $9 for JC3, and to get all of the DLC, of course, I gotta give that a recommendation. A pretty good open world adventure, barring the technical issues, which at this point, the majority of them have been fixed, so you're getting a pretty good experience here. Moving on from that, we have a PlayStation 4 launch title in Need for Speed Rivals for $4.99. Now, while going into the PS4's launch, everybody was excited for Killzone Shadowfall. Maybe you were excited for Resogun or Knack. back. There were a couple of interesting games at launch, however, one that got swept under the radar was a Need for Speed title and Need for Speed Rivals. Now, talking about any Need for Speed game at this point in 2019, you might be thinking, come on, Need for Speed, that franchise has completely fell apart. No, it fell apart with the latter two games this generation. Need for Speed Rivals was an excellent game that is a little bit reminiscent of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, which I love that game. And is Rivals a perfect game? No, but for $4.99, if you want a quality racer, again, you're gonna find one here, and this one was actually designed for the PlayStation 4, although it did release on the PS3 as well. You get the idea. It's a beautiful game, given its age, and for $5, you're getting a quality racer here. Moving on from that, we have Supergiant Games' most recent title, Empire, for $7.99. Pyre is an RPG that takes place in a high fantasy setting. The strength of this game is definitely the story, and it's told through on-screen narrative passages that include a hyperlink type system, and the story centers around a group of exiles. If you're familiar with Supergiant Games, you gotta give Pyre a look. It seems like Pyre hasn't garnered the traction of, say, a Bastion or a Transistor, their other two games, maybe because Transistor was a PlayStation Plus title, and at this point, Bastion is one of the most iconic indie games of all time. I don't think Pyre has really transcended to that popularity. However, it is a great game, and I would say it's their second best game behind Bastion. $7.99 still might be a little bit steep of a price for some of you guys, but I would say it's absolutely worth that. Moving on from that, we have Rayman Legends for $9.99. Now, the PlayStation 4 might not be known for the best platformers in the world. Usually, Nintendo platforms are known for great platformers. However, Rayman Legends is a tremendous platformer done by Ubisoft. Now, this was a PlayStation Plus game a little while ago, so check your library. You might already have access to it, but if you don't, Rayman Legends is an awesome game. It's a little bit challenging, but at the same time, very engaging. The art style is incredible, and it's such a fantastic follow-up to Rayman Origins, which was also a terrific game. Legends really builds upon that game and makes an even better game. For $9.99, it's easy to give Rayman Legends a recommendation. Even if you're not into platformers all too much, just buy the game, try it for a little bit, and I feel like you're gonna get hooked rather quickly. Yes, it's the most expensive game on this list alongside Banner Saga 1, but Rayman Legends is worth the price of admission. And when we're talking about it, it's not like $9.99 is such a colossal price to pay, but in this list, it is one of the higher priced games. And lastly, we have another Ubisoft title in Child of Light for $5.99. In an era where so many gamers talk about games not being innovative, no new IPs, and big name publishers just relishing on the same old IPs, Child of Light was a brand new IP by Ubisoft that did not get enough love. Now, it was received very well from a critical standpoint, but I feel like this game just isn't remembered as one of those iconic games of this generation, or one of those iconic smaller budget titles, but Child of Light is absolutely that. It's got a great art style and emotional story, and it's got all those great traditional role-playing mechanics. Is it a technical masterclass? No. On the surface, does it look a little bit childish? Well, it's called Child of Light, so I hope so, but what you're getting here is a fantastic side-scrolling RPG, but I'm telling you, Child of Light delivers, and at $5.99, it is a great buy. So that is going to conclude this video. Again, we just blitzed through 10 great PlayStation 4 game deals as a part of the PSN Essential Sale. All of these are under $9.99. In the case of NFS Rivals, it's even under $5. A lot of great deals are a part of this sale. As I mentioned at the top of this video, you do have great deals on games like Persona 5, God of War is discounted, Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition is like $14.99. Hell, we can make another video taking a look at some of the more expensive deals. I don't know if we'll get around to doing that, but the sale will be running until February 4th, so you got quite a bit of time to actually take advantage of it. If you guys have any requests, as always, leave that in the comment section down below. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments as well. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Quest for freedom.
Avete das.
Chi sta alla frati?
Discover the rights.
Rico. I'm Mario, my bro.
I am not your bro. We're those to be trusted.
I'm not part of the rebellion, but share the same enemy.
What a homecoming, my boy!
Lots of chaos and destruction. And when he comes to protect the...
We never had to kill. Why are we alive when even the gods are dead?
Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.